Modern agricultural practices focus on farmers planting in monoculture, where they focus on planting one species to promote high yield and profit while sacrificing biodiversity. This has led to agriculture being one of the key drivers of global biodiversity loss. This biodiversity loss comes not only from planting in monoculture, but also from the herbicides and pesticides that farmers use to control their cropland after they have removed the natural regulating systems.
The wet tropics region of northern Queensland has a long history of deforestation. After 200 years of clear cutting, only 4.7% of the original rainforest now remains, with most in small fragments. This mass deforestation has caused degradations in soil fertility and habitat loss. This has resulted in the extinction of many species and has left many other species threatened.
Biodiversity in the Atherton tablelands has drastically decreased. High biodiversity is crucial for the health and functioning of an ecosystem because a wider range of species are able to provide a wider range of benefits, such as decomposition, pest predation, and pollination. Losing these benefits directly threatens soil fertility, crop yield, and ecosystem resilience.
In response to environmental challenges, such as the negative impacts from monoculture and climate change, syntropic farming has emerged as a sustainable and practical land use approach. As a regenerative form of agriculture, syntropic farming emphasizes restoring diversity and ecological interactions rather than relying on external inputs. It is grounded in 5 key principles that aim to recreate the structure and function of natural ecosystems. These principles focus on promoting cooperation rather than competition between species. Through the intentional arrangement of trees, shrubs, and crops, this method enhances soil health, microclimate regulation, and resource cycling. By fostering biodiversity and strengthening the ecosystem functions that conventional agriculture often disrupts, syntropic farming offers a viable pathway to rehabilitate degraded areas while also maintaining productivity and ecological balance.
For this project, we have been conducting biodiversity surveys at a syntropic farm called Petals in the Park. There has been a litany of literature and discussion about modern monoculture practices decimating native fauna and biodiversity in general. Despite this, there is a lack of information about the impacts of regenerative agriculture on biodiversity, which is critical if we are to understand and implement solutions for a healthier planet moving forward. Even more so, there is a lack of information on regenerative agriculture in the region, as well as a lack of information on syntropic farming.
So at SFS, we've been bringing students to Neil and Jane's regenerative farm for the last 5 or 6 years. And every time we go there, we've always been really impressed at the biodiversity of plants and animals over there. So after a while, we thought, wouldn't it be interesting to have a look at the species biodiversity at New and Jane's farm?
For our general survey, we documented the species we encountered through photographic data collection. Transects were established at various locations across the farm to analyze 4 key groups of animals: birds, moths, dung beetles, and leaf litter invertebrates. This approach allowed us to assess biodiversity patterns and how they relate to the farm's regenerative practices.
In total, we found 553 different species, all within the roughly 7.5 acre farm. This is divided up into 244 insect species, 179 plants, 17 fungi, 11 mammals, 53 birds, 5 reptiles, 4 amphibians, 31 arachnids, and 11 other animals.
When you get a system that balances and the ecosystem is a healthy ecosystem, which includes all the web, basically the entire web as much as possible, whether it be from microbes to fungi to birds to bees, pollinators, you find that you have a really balanced system where there is no longer a pest pressure issue. Pests are oftenly in a system where there's something that's not balanced in an ecosystem. Monocultures are very prone to this because realistically it's out of balance.
So it's like when we see a farm like that, we see that the microclimate of the region is actually quite changed, and these data will support us to suggest for the farmers to use similar methods.
The incredible breadth of biodiversity that we uncovered at the farm indicates that it's a bastion of environmental stability. Overall, the ecosystem created by Syntropics breeds high soil fertility, crop yield, and resiliency, while also transferring those benefits to nearby areas as the wildlife comes and goes from the farm.
Our one-year snapshot of biodiversity at the Syntropic farm shows the potential of regenerative agriculture to bring life to previously damaged farmland and provide habitat for native species in highly fragmented landscapes. We hope this study generates interest and provides a baseline for future studies of biodiversity in regenerative farming. From the farm team, thank you for watching.